It's time to go. Feel the speed, let it flow. Racing hearts, watch them glow. Turn it up, start the show. NFR, feel the heat. Fast and fierce, never beats. Engines roar, can't stay off seats. Catch the thrill, it's so sweet. NFR, NFR. Drama high, stars afar. Round the track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close, who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin. NFR, lights are green. Zooming fast, slick machine. Every twist, every scene. Catch the action on your screen. NFR, NFR, yeah. Drama high, stars afar. Round the track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close, who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin. Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We go SAFRL the show. Engines roar, lights will glow. Feel the rush, feel the flow. Every lap, a twist, a turn. Speeding fast, rubber burn. Crowds cheer, hearts churn. Victory, what we yearn. SAFRL, we ride. Highs and lows side by side. Drama here can't hide. Victory, what we earn. SAFRL, we ride. Highs and lows side by side. Drama here can't hide. Racing fast in full stride. Crashes, spins on the track. Up and down, who's coming back? Champions rise, no slack. Push to the front, never back. Pit stops, precision, gold. Strategy, daring, bold. Who will lead, not foretold. Speed and skill, tales unfold. SAFRL, we ride. Highs and lows side by side. Drama here can't hide. Racing fast in full stride.
Just one more thing before I go, before I let you take the throne. You go right and I stay left, And if you ever get too close, you'll know my name before I go. They love me, then they love you now. But don't forget there's one more round. Oh, the pain, I know it will, but I wear it like a crown. I am a fighter. Before this fight is over, you'll know my name before I go. 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 Just one more thing before I go. Before I let the curtain close. You can take the spotlight now, but when the lights are low, you'll still hear my echo. They build you up, then tear you down. But I won't make a sound, 'cause I've been here before, and I'll be here when you're gone. I am a fighter. Before this fight is over, you'll know my name before I go. 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 No, I won't fade away. No, I won't break today. I've got one more thing to say before I go. You know my name 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 before I go. Before I go. Before I go. Under neon lights and engine screams, she's the guardian of our speed-filled dreams. With skull in flight and alien on the chase, she's the calm in the storm, our guiding grace. Andre by her side, loyal and strong, their love's been racing all along. But it's the brotherhood she holds so near. With every lap she makes it clear. Oh, Death Queen, heart of the grid. With every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen, in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Trophies shine, but not like her pride. Watching Skull and Andre glide. She's there in silence, she's there in roar, in every circuit, every lore. From midnight spins to dawn's first light, she's always there holding us tight. earth too wide. With her in spirit, we rise, we ride. Oh, Death Queen, heart of the grid. With every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen, in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. She ain't just a fan, she's legacy born. Through every F1 storm we wore, holding the line, fierce and unseen, forever our monarch, our Death Queen. Whoa, Death Queen, heart of the grid. With every cheer she lifts the lid on fears, on doubt she tears through night. Her voice, our fuel, our fearless light. From cockpit to coach she stands supreme, a true believer in the brotherhood dream. Oh, Death Queen, in shadows and gleam, you are the queen of our sim racing team. Yeah, oh, Death Queen, you are the queen of our sim racing team. There is a star that lights the road. Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. But for one last time, I'll take this ride and just drive. To the one more thing before I go, before I let you take the throne. You go right and I stay left, and if you ever get too close, you'll know my name before I go. They love me, then they love you now, but don't forget there's one more round. Oh, the pain, I know it will, but I wear it like a crown. I am a fighter before this fight is over. You'll know my name before I go. 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 Just one more thing before I go, before I let the curtain close. You can take the spotlight now, but when the lights are low, you'll still hear my echo. They build you up, then tear you down, but I won't make a sound, 'cause I've been here before, and I'll be here when you're gone. I am a fighter before this fight is over. You'll know my name before I go. 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 No, I won't fade away. No, I won't break today. I've got one more thing to say before I go. You know my name 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 before I go. Before I go. Before I go. Turn on the screen, it's NFR. Feel the rush like a shooting star. The engines roar, the tires scream. Fast as lightning, it's a dream. Speed and drama, every turn on NFR. The rubber burns. Feel the thrill of every bend, where the champions transcend. Feel the power at NFR. Burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. Like Fernando calls the play on NFR. Every race day, commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the roaring crowd. Feel the power at NFR. Burning tracks, driving far, where the races never end. NFR, only friend. And now Fernando calls the play on NFR at race day. Commentary sharp and loud, hyping up the tracks, driving far, where the races never end, and F1 our only friend. Deaf Queen, the top supporter scene, the crowd where speed is keen, and F1 the place to be. Join the race, watch and see. Chasing dreams in flight, SAFRL thunder roar, spinning wheels forevermore. Engines scream at 8 o'clock, adrenaline like ticking clock. Turns and twists where legends bleed, every fan needs to believe. In the league of SAFRL we rise, fuel and fire in our eyes. From the lows to the highest highs, it's the thrill that never dies. Pit stops quick, a race of fate, champions born at heaven's gates. Trackside hearts beat wild and free, victory for all to see. Rivalries burn tire mites, red and green in the night. Final lap on the moon's gaze, ending in a roaring blaze. Crowd rolls like crashing tide, in SAFRL we take pride. From start to end hero fights, everlasting speed delight. SAFRL we rise, fuel and fire in our eyes. From the lows to the highest highs, it's the thrill that never dies. In the league of SAFRL we rise, fuel and fire in our eyes. From the lows to the highest highs, it's the thrill that never dies. In the league of SAFRL we rise, fuel and fire in our eyes. From the lows to the highest highs, it's the thrill that never dies. The thrill that never dies. Can't stop quick, a race of fate, champions born at heaven's gate. Trackside hearts beat wild and free, a victory for all to see. Rivalries burn tire might, red and green in the night. Final lap on the moon's gaze, ending in a roaring blaze. Crowd roars like crashing tide, in SAFRL we take pride. From start to end heroes fight, everlasting speed delight, delight.
the track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to NFR, welcome back to SAFRL for the first time in 2026. Can you believe it? 2026. We are, of course, at the Australian Grand Prix, where all seasons should begin. Albert Park has been home to the opening Grand Prix since 1996, I believe. Yeah, 1996. Went away for a while. We had an opening at Bahrain, but we're back. We're back to Australia opening things off. The first cars coming out onto the circuit. 15 drivers in the lineup. Might still get one or two squeezing in before the race. Already some action out on track. Let's go through the names real quick. It's a new season. Murphy's going to be driving in the Red Bull. And we've got Midas. That's a familiar name, but we haven't commentated on him in a while. He's going to be in the Haas Virus and one of the McLarens and Pantry Star. Going to be one of the Saubers. We're not going to be saying that name for much longer. That is the Audi team. Then the pair of Williams. That won't be confusing at all. Skull and Skull. And we've got the Aston Martin Levy, the other Haas of Osman. We've got, here's a name I can say, Miguel Rocha. That's in the Alpine. Then Spikes in the RB. Harsh Cartoon. That is Harsh. He's in a Ferrari. Poor guy. Then Wheeze in the other RB. And we have a name I'm not sure I've commentated on before. Grimmy in the second Alpine. Captain Slow in the other Red Bull. Of course, Andre. Always part of the lineup. And lining up in a Mercedes. Season 14. No lap times yet. Lots of cars out on outlaps. Osman was one of the first cars to go over the line to start a timed lap, so let's watch. Don't know how much of the drivers have been practicing in the off season. It's been a while. It's been even longer for me. Obviously we had all sorts of problems with the stream towards the end of the season. I think we missed the last 2 or 3 rounds in quite some time since I've been on the mic, and hopefully for some of these drivers it's not that much time since they've been behind the wheel. We might see some rustiness tonight, some safety cars. Australia can be tricky. Make a mistake at the wrong part of the race circuit. For example, this one. barriers aren't that far away. Albert Park is partially a street circuit. Most of the circuit is open to the public year-round, pretty much with the exception of Sector 1. Sector 2 and Sector 3 are public roads. Many of you thought of Albert Park. Another popular street circuit in Australia is the one that this one replaced. Of course, up until 1995 we had the Australian Grand Prix as the final Grand Prix of the season, and that was in Adelaide. A much more difficult circuit than this one, a lot closer to a Monaco. Well, Miguel goes up into provisional pole. 115.3, that's the first time we have to work with. Then Wee's over the line with a 115.6. And then look at the Gulf. Smurf P3 16.6, 1 second slower than the front row. Midas goes up into P3 16.5, brings that second down to 9/10. Who else is still out on circuit? Skulk already made a mistake there. Skulk out on circuit. Levy out on circuit, both on outlaps. Had no movement from Spikes, no movement from Harsh Cartoon. They stay in the pits for the time being. This is Grimmy, waiting for his first lap. Some information on your screens. It's been a while since I've been behind the mic. It's a red circuit, and that means this is an invalidated lap. Grimmy's going to have to go around again. When you have to do multiple laps to get that lap time, by the time you do get it, tires are no longer optimal, which means the lap time's not optimal, and you've wasted that extra bit of time in qualifying. Seems like a lot at the beginning of the session, 18 minutes, got all the time in the world to get out there and set a lap time, but if you get the first run, second run wrong, all of a sudden you're left with one opportunity. And often that sort of pressure doesn't work out for you. Following Remy in the LP, no lap time from him. It's the first time we go on board with a driver in season 14. Alpine in the game still has a Renault engine in the back of it. 2026 season that will no longer be the case. Alpine will be adopting the Mercedes engine. Now this time does really put a lap time over the board. It does. 117.8. Now Virus, Spike, and Harsh Cartoon. The drivers yet to set lap time. Spike is out on track. And his pink RB. Cartoon waiting to get into the pits. Is that Harsh Cartoon? He's just stuck in the pits. Miguel is the quickest, that's a 1:15.3. Second best is Squeeze for 1:15.6. Both of those drivers are on outlaps, looking to improve. Levy D3 at the moment, 16.3. Big gulf between the second row and the first row. And it's pretty close, going down, minus 3.4. 12.35, all relatively close lap time. 6.3, 6.5, 6.5, 6.6, 6.6, another 6.6. 6.7, very close in the midfield with that front row. In a league of their own. Not what he would have planned for. Into the penultimate corner, Skull goes. Back end and Brandon's lap comes into the pits. His current best is 16.6. I know he has switched off a few training wheels on that car. No more traction, no more ABS. Some guys, means they do go quicker. Mistakes are so much easier to make. Andre has retired from the session. Don't know if that was voluntary or due to a retirement. If anybody does know in the comment section, let me know. He's retired with a 116.6. Not going to be able to improve on that. All the drivers behind him have an opportunity to improve. Squeeze back into the pits. Obviously not happy with that outlap. Not sure what happened there. Went out, came back in. One of the two Alpines. Calendar, there we are, round 1 Melbourne, then next week we head up to Bahrain. Round 3 rather, we don't know what it will be, you guys will vote for that. Better round 4, then we go to the Red Bull Ring. Mystery Circuit in Singapore, Interlaga, Vegas, another mystery circuit to finish off where the seasons should finish off, Abu Dhabi. Let me know in the comment section, what would your ideal circuit be for the closing race of the season? Guys happy with Abu Dhabi or something else? In the mid-90s, classic final race for the test, first Japan, quite some time, then it was Brazil. It has been Abu Dhabi now for quite some time. Live F1, 53 qualifying sessions. One, 5 drivers go, second one, 5 drivers go, then we get F1 2023. Not how we do things here at SAFRL because it's a weeknight and time constraints. So just Q1, 18 minutes, all the drivers to get around and set the field for the race. Luckily for them, Australia, lots of places can make overtakes. Not a circuit that has a terrible qualifying session. It's the end of your night. There is no Monte Carlo on the calendar. One should be fine. Yes, it comes up in a vote. You guys. You guys want to see Monaco? Make it happen. 6 is his best time. Since then, I need to make this logo a little bit smaller. I can't see the time there for P1. Here we go. That's better. So the time for P1 is a 15.0. Weezer's out on circuit to improve on his time. He was just 2/10 of a second away from provisional pole not so long ago. Now has jumped over half a second. For an improvement in the heat to be a big one. Time to beat 15.0. The RB needs to throw everything at it. There is a bit of traffic up the road. Hopefully that car sees him coming and stays way out of the way. Peels off into the pits. And Weez will go around the final corner. Let's see if there's any improvement from him. 15.6. Does improve. 15.2. Takes a big chunk out of that 6/10. Still not quite enough. Knock the Alpine out of P1. Let me know if that's a bit better. Because it's actually a silly thing with the game that when you're in the broadcast mode, or the broadcast cam, which is what I'm showing you, cars are not very loud. And then the moment you do this, you guys struggle to hear me. I have put the volume down, but you know, you can still hear the cars. It's not too low. Miguel still the quickest driver out there, 15.0. Second best is Weeze, 15.2. He doesn't like hearing that next to his name. Second best, Skull P3, sixth Skulk rather. I'm going to do this all season. Who put them in the same team? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Skulk in P3, Levy P4, Smurf P5, Midas P6, Bike 7, Skull 8. That's the other Williams. Skull and Skull. Love it. Season 14 is going to be great. Fortune just went over the line and set a lap time. 16.8 takes him up into P12. We're still waiting for a lap from Virus. Is a driver to watch. Is a driver that has pace. Consistently shows up. Consistently puts in good performances. And even if he's not winning the races, he tends to surprise you in the championship. Consistent runner. Hasn't got a lap time down yet. And this is what I mean. You get the first one wrong. Maybe you get the second one wrong. One of them is invalid. But getting closer and closer to the end of the session, you still see no time next to your name. And then driving gets even trickier. No lap time from Virus. Most of the drivers are in the pits. Osman's gone over the line to improve. He goes ahead of Skulk, but only just. Look at that, 16-1, 16-1, 16-1. 3 drivers in the 16-1s, 2 drivers in the 16-2s, and 1 driver in the 16-3s. Very, very close stuff in the midfield. At the front. Anyone going to challenge that Alpine? Of course, Weeze looked like he could challenge the Alpine, but he has dropped out of the session. Bill is on an out lap with 1.5 minutes to go, so I think he might still squeeze in one more lap, looking for another improvement on a 15.0, looking to dip his toe into the 14s. Not a lap time I would have predicted earlier on, especially with a bit of rust in the field. Rust at this point not showing. Back to the McLaren that's been struggling to get a lap time. I believe this is the penultimate corner. Yes, it is. Now goes into the final corner. Will he get a lap time this time around? Not much time. Or another opportunity. He does get over the line and there's no lap time. Must have been invalid. Maybe he's saving it all up for this one here. To get over the line before the check flag fell. In fact, it hasn't fell yet. It is 30 seconds to go. He will be able to finish his lap time. And hopefully he does register a lap time this time. Miguel goes around the final corner on his out lap to start his final lap. 15 seconds remaining for leaving it for the end. Doesn't need to be out there. Seems to be pretty safe. The only car near him has retired from the session and the next car is a second away. He's looking to rub salt into the wounds. Make things even worse. And let the other drivers know exactly who they're racing this season. Going absolutely everything at it. 300 kilometers an hour. down the modified section of this circuit. It's a lot faster, a lot more flowing a few seasons ago. Further sector 2 than what it looked like before. Getting a little bit far away from my monitor, but I think that's at the end. At the end, if I'm mistaken correctly. 14.9. He wanted to dip his toes into the 14s, and that's exactly what he did. But barely 14.9.4. And that is how you start off the season. You stamp your authority, let everyone know you're here to race, and you're here to be at the top. This time has come to an end. All the cars have taken the checkered flag. The rest of them are in the pits or retired. So now we just wait for the clock to tick down and we wait for those official results. If there were any penalties we didn't see. And there we go. Miguel takes pole position, 14.9, the only driver in the 14s. Then next best, 3/10 off is Weeze in P2. Then a far way off, Levy P3, Midas P4, Osman 5, Skulk 6. But Smurf in P7, Skull P8, Spikes P9. And Andre makes up the top 10. Bit of work to do for Pantry Star P11, Harsh Cartoon 12, Grimmy 13, Captain Slow going from 14. And Virus did get a lap time in at the end. But it was only good enough for last place. And that did not look like a representative lap. Looks like he backed out of that one a long time ago. Of course, now you look at the empty pit lane. I think you all know the drill. All the cars are to the left-hand side of the screen. All the drivers doing their final preparation. Their strategy pick. How many times do they intend to stop? What tyre are they going to start on? Go for the soft. Should give you a really great start. Within 4 or 5 laps, could be regretting the softs or cursing the softs. You go on a hard, go deep into the race, but you know that the first couple of laps aren't going to be much fun. In order to win a race, not just about being the quickest driver on the night, so many things have to go right. Of course, first thing that has to go right strategy. And then the second thing, which I think is way more important, basically cancels out your entire night, your qualifying, your race, and everything else if you don't make it through turn 1. Turn 1, lap 1, most important moment in the race. And hold it together there, well, your chances of finishing the race just got a lot bigger. A rather lengthy pause by the guys, using up all of the time available to them. Get those strategies locked in, maybe some of them taking a quick break. We should have visuals pretty soon of the formation lap. Commentated on a league not so long ago that had no formation lap, and it kept on catching me out every single week. But I do know there's a formation lap here at SAFRL unless somebody's asleep. We should get one lap behind the safety car for everyone get one more feel of the circuit and a feel of the tires they've selected to start this race. And there we go. We should get the dual green light. There we go. Dual green light. The drivers will be off. One formation lap. One last attempt to get ready for the race. Get a feel for those tires. And of course, the most important thing about a formation lap is it's not just a way of extending your race night by a couple of minutes. It's an important part of the race. You've got to warm up those tires, you've got to warm up those brakes, you've got to prepare that car for what I told you moments ago is the most important part of the race. Turn 1. I'll be back with you all in... Give me a minute. I'll be back. There we go, and we're back. Back just in time to see drivers just finishing up, lining up. We will get a better camera angle when the race begins. Everyone has lined up. Somebody did squeeze in. We've got 16 drivers as teams. 5 red lights. You know the drill. Off we go. Season 14 is underway. Miguel versus Wheeze into turn 1. We know who came out on top in qualifying, who comes out on top into turn 1. Miguel just keeps the nose in front, but the RB swarming all over the back. We've seen drivers be incredibly quick in qualifying, and then when it comes to the race, they're quick, but they don't have that extreme edge of race pace. Wheeze gets around, beautifully done around the outside, showing Miguel he is here to race, he is here to challenge for the race, and he has not been scared by that lap time he posted in qualifying for the time being. Wheeze, what happened there? Oh, it's just disappeared from our screen. Well, if it happened on my screen, then you guys all saw it too. Miguel P1, not sure what happened there. Maybe we were commentating on the wrong thing, but Wheeze all the way down to P3. He'd be leading for a moment. But as things stand, Miguel leads the way from Levy, then Wheeze in P3. We've got the pair of Haas drivers, Midas and Osman, 4 and 5. Skulk in the Williams, I'm getting it right, P6. Smurf P7, then Spikes. This is ridiculous. As I was saying, I'm getting it right. Look at the S's. Look. Skulk, Smurf, Spikes, Skulk. Really? This is just a way to try and make the commentator look silly. And so far, it's doing a good job. Look at that. Skulk, Spikes, Smurf, Skulk. Love it. Fortunately, there are no more drivers with an S. Make that even more complicated, but we'll try not get confused between the 4. Bell leads the way. He has broken DRS very early on. That is a crucial moment in the race. Usually breaking that DRS. If the driver behind you has DRS, you sort of just tow him around. Even if you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes even half a second advantage over the driver behind you. As long as he stays in that DRS, he's just able to stay with you. You tow him around, you give him that DRS advantage. And depending on the circuit, DRS can be very, very valuable. I believe at Las Vegas, DRS is worth 0.8 of a second a lap. Lots of DRS zones around this circuit, so you can stay with the car in front. A lot of opportunities at DRS, and then it just becomes so frustrating for the driver in front. You know you've got an advantage. You should be opening that gap. But every time you see the car within a second, you know he's just going to open up that rear wing and pull you that much closer and cancel out all the work and all the lap time you did on the previous lap. It becomes continuous. Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on looking in your mirrors, and the driver's not getting further away, and in some cases he's getting closer. Miguel and Weiss, 0.4 of a second between the two. Keep your eyes on those leaders. And from what I've seen so far, I think those two names are going to be quite prominent for the remainder of the season. They'll be doing a fantastic job to stay with them. Just over a second behind, so he's not going to get a taste of DRS this time round. Big disadvantage for the driver in P3. Then -4, followed closely by his teammate. Gotta get used to these liveries. That is the Williams in orange. Love it. Not confusing at all. And an RB in pink. Guys are really going all out. This is Andre, started in P10, I believe it was. He's up to P8. He has picked up 2 positions in the opening laps on a set of medium tyres, like all the drivers in front of him. Drivers that have gone with a slightly different option are Harsh Cartoon. The 2 McLarens, that's 9, 10 and 11, they're all on the hard tyre. Skull at the rear of the field in 14. He's got a set of hard tyres, but he did not start the race with those hard tyres. He has made a pit stop. And then the 2 Red Bulls at the rear of the field, 1 on mediums, 1 on hards. But Smurf, in fact, I think both Red Bulls have done an unscheduled pit stop. Have a look at the pit stops. Here we go, both Red Bulls have made unscheduled pit stops. Skull has made an unscheduled pit stop, and Pantry Star. All of those drivers making pit stops earlier than they'd like. That means their race looks a little different for the rest of the night. A whole lot more work to do. And in some cases, they might need a little bit of luck coming their way. Of course, 1 or 2 jokes in the comment section before the race got started about safety cars and being rusty. Everyone's done a great job so far. We do have a caution, and I think it's because I said safety car. There we go, it disappeared. Yeah, I said safety car, it appeared. I said it the second time, it disappeared. So maybe that helped cure the commentator's curse. Mention it more than once. Figure it out. Commentator's curse only works when it's extremely unfortunate. If you're ever having a boring race and I'm begging for a safety car and I start talking about it continuously for 10 minutes, I'm trying to trigger it, and sometimes it doesn't work. It only works at very inappropriate times. When you're praising a driver, crash. Let me know in the stream if you guys can hear me over the mic, if you guys can hear the cars, if you can see the cars, if everything's working. Of course, we went through 3 capture cards at the end of last year. And I don't even know which one I'm using. look at these two. Look at these two. Wheeze versus Miguel. 0.2 of a second between the leaders. Been pushing each other since turn one, and they're still pushing each other. Miguel was in the lead for quite some time. Then Wheeze just constantly coming at him with those DRS bursts. Eventually did get through, but now it's Miguel's opportunity to sit behind, get that advantage of DRS. So we see the back wing open. That's obviously something that's going to go away pretty soon, depending on when the F1 2026 DLC comes out. Of course, new rules in Formula 1 2026. No more DRS. Of course, there will be something similar. The wing will still open on straight, but it won't be at the driver's control. He's getting out of shape, all out of shape. Does manage to get the car stable with its front wing intact. That is not what he wanted, because now Miguel has put himself way up the road. So easy to make a mistake around this circuit. We were talking about Skull earlier. He switched off a lot of the goodies in the car, putting a lot more responsibility on himself. And look at that, there's a car off in the background. We've got a caution in sector 3. I think that's all it will be. We haven't seen the track lights up in yellow. There's definitely a car there in the background, not looking in good shape. We're looking at the two Haas, and all of a sudden this race has really come to Haas. Haas P2 and P3, and Miguel, well, he's on autopilot. And probably for one of the first times on a broadcast, Miguel's name is being pronounced correctly. For all of those that would have said Miguel, not Miguel. Of course, he shares a name with one of my cousins. In fact, my cousin is Miguel Angelo, which translates to Michelangelo. Goodness. And I don't even know what I am. I'm not Fernando. Alpine still leading the way. The gap continues to extend now, 5.3 seconds. Midas in P2, Osman in P3. Two Haas drivers doing a fantastic job, and this race has really come to them with that mistake from Wheeze. Skull down in P4, Spikes P5. Yes is now starting to get a bit separated, helping me out a bit. Andre has also made up a lot of positions. He started in P10 up to P6. Very good start to the race for him. Then Harsh got 2, and also fantastic start. Looks like somebody's been doing a little bit of time in the car in the off season. P7 for the Ferrari driver. Ferrari will be hoping for a much better 2026 campaign. 2025 was not a good one. In fact, the last driver to win a race in a Ferrari was called Carlos Sainz. The last driver to ever win a championship in a Ferrari, well, some of you might not be old enough. Kimi Raikkonen in 2007. I don't know how old is Skull. Is Skull old enough? Is Skull around for Kimi Raikkonen? I tell you, Alonso has probably been driving F1 cars longer than Skull has been around. Further down the order, the two Red Bulls, P14 and 16. Will start to the campaign. Of course, early days in the race. We're a third into this race, and so much can happen. I don't think weather's going to play a part. Let's look up towards the skies. There are a few clouds about. Time being, at least. I think that is something we need to worry about. Of course, Alonso made his debut. It's pretty strange because Hamilton and Alonso have almost the same amount of race starts. They're almost the same age, but Alonso's been in F1 much longer. Alonso obviously made his debut in 2001, but he did leave the sport. He did go on a sabbatical where he went and did a lot of different sort of racing. Of course, he won the Le Mans 24-hour, he won the Daytona 24-hour. Competed in the Dakar for Toyota. Kept himself busy and decided, what the hell, time to go back to F1. I'm not sure how many of you watched the F1 movie or how you feel about it, but we're not here to debate that. But just to let you know, Brad Pitt in that movie playing a driver that would be 10 years older than Alonso. So maybe Alonso could be there for another 10 years. Captain Slow at the rear of the field in the Red Bull. Hopefully that's not something we're going to hear in 2026 at the back of the field in his Red Bull. 2026, so many question marks. What will happen this season? New chassis, completely new aero, new engines, new everything. All of those things get thrown together very, very badly. Well, you're going to have a terrible season. If you work it out just right, well, you could be Brawn 2009. I know it sounds crazy, but this is the one season I would say, for at least the first half of the season, until other teams get their upgrades right and sort out their cars, I would say the first half of 2026 should be very surprising who's in front. A lot of people say it'll be Merc engine quite a way ahead of everybody else in development. And if that is the case, well, then you've got 4 Mercedes-powered teams, and it's going to come down to who builds the best chassis. Merc, McLaren, Williams, or Alpine. Alpine have been blaming that engine for a very long time. Now we get to know if they were talking rubbish the whole time. 13 of 29, Miguel still leads the way, 9.3 seconds. Spike's man in P2 has just come into the pits. Now look who's in P2. Where's your biggest fan? Where is he now? Take a screenshot. Osh Cartoon, P2 on lap 13 of 29. Of course, he is 16 seconds behind the leader and yet to pit. And this is Wheeze on what he'll call, according to his standards, a recovery drive. Without that one mistake, he might still be right up there with the leader. He might be leading himself. It was a very, very close battle before it got taken away from us, and hopefully something can happen in this race that brings those two back together. But it's going to take quite the effort from the RB driver or a lot of luck from the events that'll happen in this race. Miguel, your leader, into the pits. Gap down to Harsh Cartoon is 17 seconds. So if he doesn't pit, and he's not pitting, he's on the hard tyre, I think he is going to lead the race, even if it's briefly. Can he lead the race? He might lose the lead of the race into turn one, and yes, he does. Wheeze goes into the lead. Harsh Cartoon, oh so close, almost led the race. Wheeze said, none of that. Into the lead, and he knows this is now the most important part of the race for Wheeze. Miguel, he's been quick throughout the race. He opened up the gap, he did everything he needed to do in that first stint. But this is where things get difficult. Miguel has come out into a crowd. He's got Levy ahead of him, he's got Midas ahead of him. He's got Harsh Cartoon ahead of him on a set of hard tyres on a very different strategy. So he's going to have to get past those cars before he can get to Wheeze. On the other hand, Wheeze has got a open racetrack ahead of him. He's got a lot of speed. We know how quick he is. He can just throw that car around and try and open up that gap as much as possible before the Alpine driver is able to clear that field. Speaking of the Alpine driver, there he is, coming up on his first prey. That is Levy just up the road. He's on 8-lap old hard tyres. Little out of sync. Being asked to invite Remy. I think I've got Remy on my friends list. Let's give it a shot. Well, that didn't work. Let's try it again. See if we can find Grimmy. There we go. There we go. I did send Remy an invite. Hopefully he can get back into the lobby and back into his car. Miguel goes fastest lap of the race, 17.6, and I said he was going to have a little bit of trouble getting through that field, and well, maybe not. Up into P2. Wheeze has come into the pits to make what I believe will be his final stop. He's on a set of hard tyres, out in P8, 3.8 seconds of Pino ahead of him. Throw that car around, get those tyres up to temperature. Miguel has just done a pit stop of his own. He's up into P2, just one car ahead of him. It's Midas. A set of hard tyres. Almost the same age as the driver behind him. And Wheeze, well, he'll be hoping the Haas driver can pull a miracle. Keep him behind for a lap or two. Let him get closer. It all depends on how much pressure Midas is willing to take. Sometimes you know you're not racing that car. You don't fight it too much. For the time being, Haas not making it easy. Still out front. Midas ahead of Miguel. Then you've got Spikes in P3, Skulk P4, Andre P5. Levy, he's just gone down a position. Osman up into P6. No longer running line astern. Looks like they got split in the pit stops. Seem to be on exactly the same strategy. 5-lap old tyres. I think what happened there with the Haas drivers, sorry to the Haas team if I'm wrong, but I think those drivers double stacked. They seem to have pit on the same lap. We know they were very close together at the time. I think Osmond came off short. So the car behind. Got to wait for the other car to do his pit stop before you can do yours. And your pit stop can go up from 18 seconds in the pits to 22 seconds in the pits. I think that is what has split the Haas drivers. They were running very close together. Now they've made a pit stop on the same lap. Bell has cleared Midas. That Wees would be hoping from there as long as possible. Bell leads, Midas P2 still keeping him close, keeping him within DRS for now. Getting awfully close to not being within DRS, and there we go. It just goes over the 1 second mark, dips below it again. Comes to where it is when you go over that DRS activation line. Something I'm going to have to get so used to not being part of my commentary anymore. DRS is going away. I'm not sure how it's going to work in 2026 because the wing is going to open automatically without the driver's control. That part I understand, but it's going to open for everyone. So, not sure how the car behind is going to get much of an advantage. Change the racing a lot. Energy conservation. I was going to be on the brakes a lot earlier. We're going to notice a few differences. Miguel from Midas, from Spikes, from Skull. Andre having a really good race, and he's doing it pretty quietly. Every time I look down at Andre's name, he's moved up a few positions. It's all about consistency. You get to a circuit, some circuits, you know you're really quick. Other circuits, you know it's not going to be your night. The best you can do is consistency. And as the cars around you fall, have incidents, make mistakes, get it wrong like the Haas team did, pitting on the same lap, it brings you up in position each time. Gonna look in his timing screen, and far behind him, 3 seconds behind, is Wees. 3.7. Did Wees make a mistake? Gap was 3 seconds and then jumped up to 3.7. Wonder if he just had a car that was a bit squirmy on the exit. A bit of time to get that under control. Lost a bit of time. That gap already back down to 3.1. Virus picks up a penalty. That's one thing we haven't spoken about tonight. Penalties. No major penalties on your screen. Midas, Osman, Levy, and Captain Slow. Well, they all have 3-second penalties, and then the only driver in the 6-second penalty is Virus. We have seen those go into the double digits before. To say, I expected a lot more. I expected safety cars, expected mistakes, invalidated laps in qualifying. I expected rusty drivers. I know a lot of these guys have been over on other games, ACC and Gran Turismo and all sorts of stuff. It looks like the SAFRL drivers were indeed prepared for round one. I was expecting a circus. Seem like it's happening. 21 of 29. It's just flown by. Skull, all the training wheels removed from the car in P11. Of course, there can be no early retirement. When you take all the assists off, you want to spend each and every single lap you can out on track, just figuring it out, fine-tuning it, making it part of your muscle memory. Really takes up the game another notch. Some drivers have been doing it for a long time. Others, quite the challenge when you switch over. Eventually, you don't know how you drove with assists. Or so I hear. I drive with all assists. Well, Ted Kravitz would also drive with all assists. So, I'm just a commentator. Ted Kravitz in a form, he wouldn't be able to fit. Any of you in the comment section have sat inside a single-seater race car? No open cockpit single-seater race car? I have sat in a few. I can tell you, not a Formula 1 car, obviously, that would be my dream. But I can tell you they're quite claustrophobic. In a Formula V, sat in a Formula GTI, sat in a Formula Ford. How I'd love to be able to sit in a Formula 1 car, even for a moment. Skull from P11, still where he is, where we last checked. Andre, he's down a place to P6. That's because Wee's making his way through the field. He's got past Andre, we missed that. He got past Skull, and we missed that too. Now he's got his teammate in front of him, 2.7 seconds up the road. When he does get near, I wonder, is round one, surely no team orders. Can't be. Plus Spikes, he's a quick driver in his own right. He'll be wanting to go for this championship himself. So what happens when Weeze comes up on the back of his teammate? Will they make a fight for it? Midas, is he expecting a P2 in round one? Well, that's the way it looks. And if there's any misfortunes up the road, could be looking at a unexpected victory. This Spikes getting drawn in by his teammate. The gap was 2.7 seconds. Now it's down to 2.3. So taking chunks out of it lap by lap. Going to be on the back of his teammate pretty soon, especially once he gets within a second. That DRS is going to open up. It's going to make catching up a lot easier. Look at these two. Andre versus Skull. Fighting for P5. A Williams Mercedes versus a Mercedes. So much coming in 2026. We've got the Sauber name leaving Formula 1 for the first time. Well, it's the first time we're not going to have the Sauber name on the grid since 1992. Of course, they made their debut in 1993. They've been on the grid in some form. Even when they were BMW Sauber, the name was kept. And Audi takes over the team. Won't have the Sauber name on the grid any longer, and of course a brand new team coming to Formula 1. The Cadillac team, with two race car drivers that are both Grand Prix winners. Bottas and Sergio Perez. Probably a year ago they thought their F1 career was over. The new chapter is only beginning. Up front, Miguel leads the way, 5.1 seconds, looking pretty comfortable. Would be a shock at this point if he made some sort of error, because he's got that 5-second lead and doesn't need to be on his ultimate limit. 3-second penalty goes the way of Andre. Fortunately for him, the two cars behind him also have 3-second penalties. Problem is, this car you're battling with, a tight battle, looks like something the commentator can get real excited by. But in fact, there's 3 seconds between those two cars. That's right. That's how penalties work. Like here at SAFRL, we use strict corner cutting, as most leagues that I've commentated on do. But surprisingly, the esports F1 league does not. They use regular corner cutting. Look at that. Getting out of shape. Andre was chasing. Of course, wanted to make that overtake, get himself up into P5, but then that penalty came and he knew making the overtake not enough. Needs to make the overtake and open up a 3-second gap. Obviously, the urgency of that overtake went up. He pushed a little harder, pushed a little too hard. And now he's got to do it all over again. He's 1.6 seconds behind Skulk. Got a caution in sector 1. That's all it appears to be. That's a horse off at turn 1. Is that a horse off at turn 1? Yes, it is. Osman. What has happened there? Disqualified. Disqualified for going the wrong way. Wish we had seen that on screen. Looks like he missed his braking point completely. He was right at the end of that runoff and reversed back onto the circuit and got disqualified. Very strange. Either missed his braking point completely or he had some sort of wheel disconnect, and that to me looked like a wheel disconnect. We have seen things like that for other drivers last season. Tech giving all sorts of problems, sometimes to the driver, sometimes to the commentator. It is awesome, it's fun, but when it breaks, no fun in that. That's what happens here at SAFRL. These guys, they've been racing together for such a long time. This field gets closer and closer and closer. And as you get quicker and quicker and closer to your limit, those mistakes are never far away. The fact that you've got to keep ultimate concentration for 29 laps. If your concentration withers away, even for a moment, even for a split second, if you're on the wrong part of the race circuit, you're not going to get a second chance. Osman should have got a second chance, but he reversed out of there. Probably needed to turn around. The car was ghosting, so I'm not sure if he was in control of any of that. Get him in the comment section and he can let us know some of the details. Miguel leads the way, 7.7 seconds, 5 seconds, so gap continues to grow. Also got the driver behind him with a penalty, bigger than it appears, closer to 10.5 seconds. Then Wheeze, P3, 8.9 seconds adrift. He will be wondering what could have been. Well, in qualifying, second fastest, but not by much. And then under race pace, looked like he was able to match Miguel lap for lap, corner for corner. But that mistake came, forced an early pit stop, changed their strategy. Might still squeeze a podium out of this. Might still get more. 8.3 second gap in front of him. Midas does have a penalty. Just update those penalties. Still 3 seconds for Midas. Not going to be enough. He'd have to pick up 5 seconds in this final lap. Been a mistake from the car up the road. Considering the circumstances, I think he might be happy to go home with that P3. But he'll know in the back of his mind it could have been a victory. I think that's just going to make him come back even hungrier for Bahrain. Skull has retired from the race. He was in P10. He would have picked up 1 point in round 1 in the closing stages. Maybe luckily in the very closing stages, so we can't have a safety car. Skull has retired from the race. Everyone was doing fantastically well. Then we had that DSQ followed by a DNF, but no safety cars in a race that I thought was going to be an absolute circus. It hasn't been. Been rather tame. Miguel goes around the final corner. This has been an easy one for him. He had a bit of a scare at the start of the race with Weeze chasing him down. Ever since that mistake from the RB, been pretty much on auto drive. Midas goes over the line in P2. He's going to be able to hold on to that P2. Big enough gap. Spikes has actually got past his teammate. Thought Weeze was going to take P3. Spikes has taken the position. Weeze into P4. Wonder if that was a let me try and catch him, and if I don't, I'll give you the position back. Not sure. Weeze just made a mistake in the closing stages of his last lap. Skulk's gone over the line in P5, Andre P6, Levy P7. We're waiting for Harsh Cartoon. And open up his season 14 account with a handful of points. Where you want to start a season off. Murph, I think he was a lap behind because he's already finished the race, and now we're just waiting for Pantry Start to get over the line. And that's your top 10. Fantastic way to start the season. Just the 2 retirements. Of course, Skull in the very closing stages. He'll be frustrated. He knows how close he was to the end. And he would have picked up the point. Sometimes if you retire from outside the points, you shrug it off. Not much of a big deal. We know 1 point can make the difference in some championships. Let's hope the results come up. Sometimes they don't. There we go, we get the ridiculous podium. If I ever saw a driver do that on an F1 podium, I would be very concerned about his mental health. Driver of the day goes to, there we go, who is driver of the day? It's Harsh Cartoon. Most overtakes Harsh Cartoon. Will you look at that? Cleanest driver goes to Spikes. And then fastest lap, Miguel, and race winner, Miguel. Reading through your results, Miguel takes the victory. Midas P2, Spikes P3. Weeze ended up in P4. That's a good race for the RBs, 3 and 4. Skulk P5, Andre 6, Levy 7, Harsh Cartoon 8, Pantry Star 9, and Smurf takes the final point. That is a very difficult name. I need to figure it out. I didn't even see this name racing. But we'll go with Scar for now. Go Scar, I think. P11, then Grimmy P12. That's good considering he was out of the lobby at a stage. Captain Sloth 13, Virus 14, Skull didn't finish the race, and Osman got a DSQ. So there we have it, folks. We made it through a stream. How long has it been since we've been able to make it through an entire stream without a technical issue? That's fantastic. I want to thank all of you who tuned in, everyone who watched. Of course, the channel's been away for quite some time, so I was expecting maybe no one would show up. but a lot of you did. So thank you very much to everybody who watched. Thank you to all of the drivers for all of the entertainment from the viewers and from me. So my Discord's not even on, so maybe in round 2 we can open up the Discord and have the top 3 drivers come in for an interview. But I'm going to say one last time, thank you all very much. I'll see you next time for SAFRL. Till then, cheers.
Just one more thing before I go, before I let you take the throne. You go right and I stay left, and if you ever get too close, you'll know my name before I go. They love me, then they love you now, but don't forget there's one more round. Oh, the pain, I know it will, but I wear it like a crown. Before I go, before I let the curtain close, you can take the spotlight now, but when the lights are low, you'll still hear my echo. They build you up, then tear you down, but I won't make a sound, 'cause I've been here before, and I'll be here when you're gone. I am a fighter. Before this fight is over, you'll know my name before I go. You'll know my name before I go. You'll know my name before I go. You know my name before I go. You know my name before I go. No, I won't fade away. No, I won't break today. I've got one more thing to say before I go. You know my name before